Title: The Vanishing Act **. I sealed a $10 million contract and entrusted the symbolic money bag to my wife for safekeeping overnight. The next morning, I was stunned to discover she had disappeared, her phones unreachable. A note lay in her place. "Thanks for the cash, darling. I'm starting fresh with my lover. Best of luck rebuilding from nothing." I burst into laughter, because the bag she swiped was actually Chapter 1. The Great Escape **. Securing a $10 million deal feels like conquering a mountain peak. I'd pursued it relentlessly for months, hopping between cities, shaking hands, enduring grueling talks, and surviving on little sleep. It wasn't just a transaction, it was my life's work. Years of hustle finally bearing fruit. The contract was finalized at 7:42 p.m. I glanced at my watch, grinning, knowing this moment would define my legacy. But I was right for reasons I never anticipated. I brought home the signed agreement and a ceremonial leather satchel stuffed with symbolic cash. Not the real funds, of course, those were wired securely. The client, a fan of theatrics, wanted me to feel the deal's weight. When I arrived home, drained yet triumphant, my wife, Leela, greeted me in satin pajamas, sipping wine. "What's that?" she asked as I placed the bag down. I kissed her cheek. "A prize. Proof of a $10 million victory." Her eyes gleamed. "Is it real?" I chuckled. "Sort of, it's for show, fake bills. The real money's safe in escrow, moving Monday." She giggled, her fingers brushing the bag. "You trust me with it?" she teased. "Why not? You're my wife," I said with a shrug. Leela's smile was soft but sharp. "I'll stash it in the wardrobe tonight," she said, "just to be safe." I nodded, kissed her goodnight, and collapsed into bed. When I woke, she was gone. Her closet was bare, her phones off, the bag missing. On the counter where her coffee mug usually sat was a folded note. "Thanks for the cash, darling. I'm starting fresh with my lover. Best of luck rebuilding from nothing. Leela." I stared, then laughed, a deep, booming laugh that filled the kitchen, because the bag she took was packed with fake bills and a hidden GPS tracker. Chapter 2. The deceptive satchel. Leela thought she'd outsmarted me. She must have waited until I was fast asleep, crept to the wardrobe, grabbed the bag, and slipped away like a thief in a Hollywood caper. I pictured her smirking as she shut the door, thinking he'll never see it coming. She was right about that. I didn't expect it. But she didn't know what I'd planned either. I don't just handle deals. I manage risks, navigate liars in suits, and guard against betrayal masked by charm. Deep down, a nagging instinct always warned me that complacency could cost me everything. So, months earlier, during initial negotiations, I'd ordered a custom satchel, identical to the real thing but filled with high-quality replica cash, perfect for dramatic handoffs. Sewn into the lining was a GPS tracker, disguised as a logo patch, not for theft but for insurance. At my desk, I launched the tracking app. There it was, moving south at 68 mph on Highway 17. But I had more than the bag's location. I pulled up my cloud security footage. 2:17 a.m., Leela in a hoodie and leggings slipping out. At 2:19 a.m., she paused to kiss a man, tall, scruffy, smug. Derek, my old gym pal, who lingered too long at our game nights, chuckling at Leela's jokes. I zoomed in on the frame of them hauling the bag to his car, and I grinned. I knew exactly where they were going. At 3:31 a.m., they reached Derek's rundown rental cabin outside town. To them, it probably felt like the gateway to a lavish new life. I imagined them lighting candles, popping cheap champagne, unzipping the bag, expecting stacks of wealth, only to find worthless paper. My phone buzzed, a blocked number. I answered on speaker, sipping coffee casually. "James," Leela's voice seethed. "What is this?" "Morning, sweetheart," I said brightly. "Enjoying the forest? You gave me fake cash." "No, Leela, you stole fake cash." "Big difference. You set me up." "Absolutely," I said coolly. "I'm a planner," she cursed softly. "You're insane." "No," I replied, steady as steel. "I'm prepared, and I only trust those who have earned it. You just showed why you don't." Silence stretched. Then I added, "Oh, and you and Derek might want to hurry." "Why?" she snapped. I refreshed the tracker, still active. "I let your little scheme play out, but now I'm reporting the bag stolen with your names and location." "You wouldn't." "Already did." Click. Chapter 3. The trap snaps shut 20 minutes later. The GPS signal stopped. They must have ditched the bag or car, thinking that would erase their tracks. Amateurs. I hadn't just planned for betrayal, I'd prepared for their panic. I'd already filed a police report. Theft of a symbolic corporate asset tied to a major deal, backed by video evidence, license plate details, and a digital affidavit naming Leela and Derek as the culprits. Here's what most overlook. Even fake bills don't excuse intent to steal or misuse company property, especially in a high-stakes contract. The client's firm, copied on the report, provided supporting documents, elevating it to federal corporate fraud. The police had to act fast. At 10:12 a.m., my lawyer sent a photo. Derek pinned against a police car, cuffed, Leela sobbing in the background, barefoot on the gravel outside their shabby cabin. The message read, "Bag recovered, contents confirmed, arrests made, charges pending. Pursue felony or let it go." I sat with that question, smiling. Chapter 4. Settling the score asterisk 2 days later, at the police station, I met with the authorities to wrap things up. Leela and Derek were in custody, not yet charged, but the DA was hovering. I gave my statement calmly, provided the footage, confirmed the bag's corporate status, and signed a waiver to drop major charges on one condition. Their arrest records stay public, no sealing, no favors. Leela's lawyer begged during mediation. "She'll lose everything if this stays on record. She has no priors. Think of her future." I leaned back. "I am," I said icily. "The next guy she meets can search her name and see exactly who she is." He blinked. "She took from her husband and ran off with his friend. She deserves a chance to start over." "When she earns it," I replied. I signed the final form, stood, and met his gaze. "Tell her good luck rebuilding from nothing." Leela was laid out days later. No charges for now, but the fallout was swift. The arrest photo hit local gossip sites and her world crumbled. Friends vanished, her job fired her, and social media erupted with labels like asterisk crook asterisk, betrayer asterisk, and opportunist asterisk. Her family, without me saying a word, learned everything online. Her mother emailed me, "James, we're so sorry. We didn't know. She's not the daughter we knew. You didn't deserve this. We support your choice." I didn't respond. I was done with words. Meanwhile, I rebuilt quietly, fiercely. The $10 million deal closed smoothly. The client, impressed by my handling of the theft, connected me with 3 new partners. My company expanded into 2 new regions within weeks. Better yet, I turned Leela's betrayal into a public lesson. I posted a LinkedIn piece, "What betrayal taught me about protecting your legacy asterisk." It went viral not for naming names but for its message. Guard your empire, even from those closest to you. Speaking gigs, book offers, and a documentary pitch followed. Leela, meanwhile, scrambled to salvage a reputation she'd never truly built. Then, the final move. I had a real estate contact track her new address, a cramped 1-bedroom in a rough neighborhood, a stark contrast to our old luxury apartment. I sent a package, 1 fake bill, a USB with the security footage, and a note in sharp black ink. "This is what you took. This is what you lost. This is why you're nothing to me now." No rage, no threats, just closure. Cold, precise, unforgettable. Chapter 5, the true cost asterisk. A year later, life had transformed. I wasn't the man who handed over trust in a satchel, nor the husband hoping his wife wouldn't chase something better. I was tougher, wiser, wealthier in every sense. My company now had 3 new branches, staffed by a small, loyal team who valued trust because they'd earned it. I started dating again, cautiously, nothing forced. I didn't need someone to complete me. I'd rebuilt myself. On the deal's anniversary, a message arrived from a burner account. No name, no phone. "You won." I lost it all. "Hope you're satisfied." I knew it was Leela. I stared at the text, not with anger or triumph, but with clarity. Then I replied, "You didn't lose everything, Leela. You just never built anything worth keeping." Blocked. Deleted. I never heard from her again. Epilogue: the best revenge isn't torching bridges, it's erecting fortresses from their ashes, letting the betrayers watch, helpless from a distance they can't breach. When they realize what they squandered, they don't see a second chance. They see a door locked forever. Was this justice fair? Share your thoughts below. If this story resonated, pass it on to someone who needs its fire, and follow Lauren's Tailies for more gripping stories of deceit and retribution. Here, every lie faces its judgment, and every betrayal casts a long shadow. Stay vigilant, stay fierce, stay tuned.